we got a good one today. Got 200-pound Jerry Brown hollow core. Yeah. And we're going to put it on an 83 speed. This is going to be nice because we haven't done an 80 with 200-pound all the way across. So, can't wait for Avet to make an 83 speed. Hear that, Avet? Once I do an 83 speed, you can go. At that point, I'll have to retire some refrigerator. It's going to be hard to work with one turn. One of them, I did my world record on. And then I did my first lemon on it, my second lemon on it. One, second time, two smashes, beyond the breaker. Beyond the breaker, fishing local. That's probably one that can't go. So it's going to be hard to say, okay, we'll put up now. I really be like, nope, probably something that all good features on that one. Yeah. And actually, we were just caught that on film when I went Sarcasson when I put it in. Something like that. Yeah, I was already one possibility of that. Walking distance, that's a good level right now. I don't think I'll the real? Yeah. Got it back. Yeah. Yeah, 3-speed, a 2-speed, 52-speed, and a 30-speed. Got it all back? Oh, man. That's awesome. Small, quarter pound, bacon pound. Wrap this started pulling. I was like, last Saturday, I was looking out the back handrail because I was getting ready to pass. And I go up there and look. Big old shadow comes up. Like the mud was moving in and out. And I was like, that ain't mud. Like, you know, so I sat there and I kept looking. I said, dude, that's a hammer. And she came up and I've seen my 12-footers when they came near the pier, like they were small. Monsters, but still small. This thing came up and it looked like a damn mini submarine. I was like, Jesus, I said, that's like 15 foot. And I look over the handrail to see the pylons. She comes in between the pylons, and there's not much difference. It's maybe 5 or 6 foot on each end. Monster, bro. I have never in my life seen a shark that big. I used to work offshore sandblasting and painting, and every day, no matter how late I worked, I would go fishing for a couple of hours or whatever, and then still be back up at 5 in the morning to eat chow and get my paperwork in order for. We'd have a morning breakdown, safety meeting or whatever, and so I'd have to have all that done up and everything. And it was they're like, dude, how do you do it? go fishing all night, and then you're up early in the morning. I said, dude, I said, if I didn't go fishing at night, y'all would be feeling it the next day. I know there was one time I was out on the pier, and I'd been out there 30-something, 40 hours straight by myself, catching fish, like, back and forth. Well, my buddies started showing up. It was like Friday night or whatever. I was already slurring. Like, they're like, dude, you need to sleep already. Like, you've been up too long. We got your gear. And I was like, I better watch it. It's like, you know, I don't want to miss a fish or whatever. They're like, no, we got you, we got you, we got you. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm down for like 5 minutes. And I get up. I said, there's a reel going off. And they're like, dude, you're hallucinating, dude. You need to sleep. And I'm like, there's a reel going off. And they're like, no, there's not. And so I'm reel by reel by reel. And I'm like, it's right here. This reel's going off. And they're like, no, it's not. I flip on the clicker and like by the time I'd seen it, they had maybe 15, 20 wraps left on the reel. So, and then I was like, and I went back to sleep. They're like, you can hear them. I can hear them. So I was like, here's that. The clicker wasn't even on. It was just a spool rotating from the line pulling out. And I heard that, and that woke me up. Oh, no, I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna start doing on all my videos is showing the yardage marks. See, like right here, we got 115 or 114. We still got that much of the spool to go, so let's see how this is gonna look. So what was it? Talking about falling asleep like that, my partner Damon, dude. This dude has stayed awake like trip after trip, driving from here, driving there, you know, because we're in the truck. And I always pass out. Like, I mean, I go to sleep because when we're on location, I'm balls to the wall. I'm kayaking bait, I'm rigging, I'm doing what I got to do to catch sharks. And so we got to South Padre, and it was our first alone trip that me and him took down there. And so when we got to the jetties, we were sitting there talking. I said, well, I'm gonna rig bait and this and that, and it was funny because he's like, yeah, all right, dude, and you know, just be careful. Out. I was like, okay, that's my cue. So I go start rigging up baits. I got 4 rods I put up, and I rig them up, and I was like, screw that. I said, I'm just gonna run to the end of the jetty. I said, I'm out here by myself. He's asleep. You know, there'll be nobody to give me a hand. So at least at the end of the jetty, they can kind of see me. You know what I mean? I run to the end of the jetty, I take 2 of them at a time, I drop those 2, I come back, tighten them up, I get on the kayak, I take the next 2, and as soon as I get off the kayak, I see the first rod taking off. So I'm running up the rack, the second rod takes off. I hadn't even tightened up these 2 yet. I've got like a 4-footer and a bull red to the beach. And I was like, hey man, I need some help, come take these pictures real quick. Like, all right, so while I'm waking him up, the 3rd and the 4th rod take off. 4 rods back to back. I pull them in. It was like a 7-footer and a 6-footer. He's like, what are you gonna do now? I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. I just ran those baits, caught 4 fish and everything. But that was our first trip down there, man. 4 baits, 4 runs. Like, I literally did not have enough time so I can tighten up the other 2 rods that I had ran secondly. So. Game fish.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if people start doing that tournaments now.
No, well, yeah, some guys have used illegal baits during tournaments, but they haven't been caught yet. One guy during Beach Masters, we were out there, and the game warden came to the camp to our left because the guy had got reported in that he had redfish carcasses all over his camp, and he was throwing behind his camp after he pulled them in. The guy to the left of him was in the tournament, came up and was talking to us. And I guess he came to our camp just to see if we had illegal baits. And we were rigging countos and jams and, you know, everything the way we're supposed to do. And he goes, man, do you know him there? We're like, we don't even know him, but he keeps coming to our camp, throwing his butt and complaining and stuff. So, shoot, I already passed over my water. He goes, well, you got redfish carcasses, and I'm going to call the game warden. I said, you call the game warden, I'll call the tournament director and let him know that what's happening. Because we could have swore he said he was in the tournament. Well, it comes out he wasn't in the tournament, but he's been known for cheating in bar tournaments and catfish tournaments and stuff like that. And game warden's like, yeah, he lucked out. He's I was about to hammer his I was going to take everything. His mobile home, the trailer, the trucks, all the family vehicles. Like, he was going to lose everything that moment right there. Sorry guys, I got busy talking over here and I missed the 2 and the 300, but here is the 400 yard mark right there. And we're about a quarter away into the spool. So this is where we should start packing on a lot more line in a smaller distance. It was one day me and Dana were out there and we were catching Jack Crevells right there, right over the first bar. You know, we were pulling them in and we were rigging them up a certain way so we could keep them right there in the gut, basically like on a stringer kind of deal, but we had them spread out like around us. We had like 10 to 12 already. We saw these guys coming up the beach and they stop and they start pulling rods out. They're right there, right behind them, and like, hey, those are our baits, man. Leave them alone. And they're like, what are you talking about? So we walk up, we pick up a leader and pick them up. I said, these are ours, these are our pets, leave them alone. So, we're up to 500 yards right now, and we're about a little more than a quarter of the way up the spool. But as you can tell, how tight the braid is, and what we mean by tight is there's not a lot of gap between our threads as they lay down. And this is the best way to get the most amount of line onto your reel, especially with the hollow core. But you don't have to worry about it embedding itself because it lays flat on the spool, whereas a round braid will, leave gaps, and that's how it embeds itself. And that's why with solid braid they always do a lot of X patterns, which means they don't get up the line capacity that you're looking for. So one of the good things about hollow core. And we're at 600 yards. About half a spool now is what we're thinking. 60 pounds every round, so I'm actually going to do 2 videos today. Spool up LX Raptor with 60 pounds. Got our rigging. 4,500 yards.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I like it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start measuring this. We got 7/8 of a spool left over, and we're at 600 yards. Except for 700 yards. 7. Okay, so you took off 1/8. Well, let's see what 800 yards will be. A little less than half right there, so looks like this is going to be the point of where we're actually going to start seeing the line capacity get on there further, or get more line capacity with less of the spool getting eaten up from the handle. so we got 900 yards right there. And we're getting slowly starting to wear down that spool, but let's see. Alright, right about there. Well, let's keep going. I love the way this line just paints on the reel. Come over my shoulder and just see how the line's nice and tight beside each other. That looks beautiful. Oops, going back. Here's 1,000 yards, but this is going to be no good of a measurement, and the reason for it is because as I was spooling it, it jumped back on me right here, so I didn't get to go all the way level across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level that off on this go, and then when I come back I should be completely straight across. So I don't want to give an unfair advantage saying that that much line didn't go on that one, so just a heads up. Now we're at 1,100 yards, and I have leveled off the line so that way we can get a fair measurement on it. And we're down to a little over 3/8 of a spool left over. So, let's see where we go from here. We're at 1,100. I'm thinking, focus. There you go. 1,200 yards of line. I have to get me a little ruler for that. And it took off about 1/2 of an eighth. So there you go. There's 1,300. Getting up there. There you go. Than an eighth it took off. Alright. Now we're at 1,400 yards. That spool's getting smaller and smaller. Slowly. There's 1,500. Getting excited, guys, so sorry if I'm let's see. Got about a 1/4 inch of spool left, it looks like. Almost, just a little less, but it's getting there. Yep, got about an eighth of line left, or eighth inch of the spool left over. There's 1,700. Focus phone. Got a sometimes until this technology's got to work with it, you know. I think we all feel that. There we go. Got about 1/2 left over. There we go. What happened there is these little 4 dividers. I've got so much heat going on, my little spindle over here is heating up and I've melted through one of them. So I'll show you all that here at the end of the video. But just giving you an idea of how much drag we're putting on this reel to get it to go. Right now we're at 1,800 yards of long. So, 1,800. And we're topped off on the edge of the spool. However, there's still a line that can be put on the reel if the customer doesn't mind having extra line. So, yeah, spool it up. Maxing it out. I think that we're topped off at 1,900 yards of line. There's a little bit of gap. See the daylight on the other side of the line? That's kind of what you want. Well, that's what we like down here. You got to remember too, when you're reeling in, see these lines? If they're straight up and down like this and you have a little bit too much of the gap like that, you can overfill the spool. What you're looking for is real tight and close, so that way you don't see any of the other color in. With a decadent line like this that has the different colors will really help out, and you can see it a lot better. There you go. Sorry I wasn't focused there for a minute, but yeah, like I said, when there's too much gap like this, that's no good because you end up leaving gaps in the spool. But when it's just like this is exactly what you want. Nice and side by side. No X patterns, and you'll get all this line back on there. If not, take a look at the video where we use the kite to get our line all the way off the reel and back on the reel on the beach. So kites are also good for fun, but trying to get a lot of line off on the reel and get it back on, that would really help you. Just send it out in a controlled environment kind of deal and get it back on the reel. So I was talking about, here's a spool that we just finished spooling up the braid with. Now, here's an important part of what I missed. And you see how loose the line is kind of on here? Remember how I always said to kind of check the spool when you buy it? This is part of it, but with a hollow core, you got a lot more ability to have a little bit of loose line like that and not worry about it. And a prime example is today. I just had a tremendous amount of pressure on this spool as I was doing this, but with the line loose, not once did it embed itself into the spool and break it off. You'll run into that when you're doing a solid braid, but in hollow core, here's a prime example. It did not happen. And just to give you an idea, that happens from my little drum right here. There's my screw that heats up because the brake is heating that up. Trust me, that thing is really hot right now. If I had a temperature gauge, I'd put it to it, but just to give you an idea, it melted through one of the holders right there, and it was already about to do the second holder right there. So that just gives you an idea, man. That was pretty hot. All right, guys. This is Albert Zertucci at Hard Life Bait and Tackle. You'll have a good one.